It's time for Football Friday, sponsored by South Dakota State, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
You're watching Football Friday on Dakota News Now!
Those cheerleaders have had a lot to cheer about.
They certainly have.
This year. Their team is ranked number 1. Welcome to Week 8 of our Football Friday show. I'm Mark Ovenden, alongside Cooper Seamer and Joseph Lemlin.
We've got 14 games this week and scores from South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa, as well as the final day of State AA Girls Tennis Tournament taking place today.
That was exciting. I was shooting that this morning. Let's start, though, with the top-ranked team in 11 AAA.
And that would be Brandon Valley, coming off a hard-fought win at home last week over Lincoln. The Lynx host Mitchell tonight. The Lynx coming out hard-hitting. Will Bunker is going to knock this ball loose, and Dylan Williams picks it up, and that gives them great field position. They'll use that to try and turn it into 6. Will Van Loer can't find anyone to throw to, so he's just going to run it himself. He finds the corner of the end zone there, and the Lynx lead 7-0. They quickly get the ball back and send it through the air. Van Loer finds Jack Blomgren, and he's darting down the field, able to take that one in. A deep dagger there, and Brandon Valley takes care of Mitchell tonight, winning 49-7.
That offensive line of theirs is just incredible. All right, Lincoln, meanwhile, looking to recover on the road this week. They lost last week at Brandon Valley in a thriller. They were at Rapid City Central. There's Brody Schaefer rolling out and hitting Luis Anacasi for an 18-yard touchdown. The Pats on top early, and the Pats would score again, this time on the ground. Devontae Wilson takes the handoff, gets in for the touchdown. They took a huge lead. The final score not really indicative of the game, 55-28. But hey, the Cobblers scored 28 tonight. Good for them.
And they put up some good scores this year too. 3rd-ranked Harrisburg is going to meet 5th-ranked Jefferson in the late game at Howard Wood Field tonight, as these two try and keep up with the rest of the class. Tigers get the ball first, and in the very first play, pretty similar to last week, you give the ball to Josiah Hines, and he takes off running 75 yards to the house. Tigers quickly up 7-0. Their next drive, Beckett Paulson dropping back to pass, hits Jace Teasy, and he gets some blocks and takes off running deep into the red zone. He's forced out at the 3-yard line here. No problem, though. Just give the ball to Josiah Hines. He's able to take it in from there. It was 14-0, and when I left, it was 21-0 Harrisburg. Obviously a different score now. We're tied up at 28 in the 4th quarter.
You should have stayed.
Should have stayed. I absolutely should have stayed.
No, I'm glad you're here. 4th-ranked O'Gorman looks to stay on pace, too, as they welcome the Warriors of Washington tonight. That's a team I feel is dangerous going into the playoffs because they've got their 2 wide receivers healthy, like this guy. That is Jace Woods, 70 yards for 6. He is so excited to be back on the field. His team takes the lead. O'Gorman going high tempo as well. Chase Hermanson to Isaac Myers for a big gain. Wow. Beautiful pass. Gotta love those jerseys O'Gorman wearing tonight because that's the old Washington colors. The green. They take it on the ground here. Logan Mebius for the touchdown. They take the lead, but Washington in the end has just enough to win it, 20-17. 2 very dangerous teams, actually.
Finally, we'll go to the early game at Howard Wood Field. Roosevelt looking for their first win of the year as they welcome Rapid City Stevens, also looking for their first win of the year. Rough Riders get the ball moving. Austin Fisher dropping back, and he finds Jaden Hansen down the sideline. He's able to haul that in, and that would set up a touchdown a few plays later. Roosevelt wins their first game of the year, hanging on over Rapid City Stevens 30-22.
Yeah, they built a big lead and then hung on to win, so that's their first victory. Let's look at the 11 AAA scoreboard. Brandon Valley, Lincoln, that game tied, and Washington also victorious. Joseph?
Yeah, Mark and Cooper, no one seems to be safe in 11 AA this year. The Tea Area Titans feel like they can make a deep run this year, but there's no weeks off. Tonight, they'd play host to the Watertown Arrows, looking to stay in the playoff picture. The Arrows defense coming up clutch early. Caden Decker over the middle with the pick. The Titans turned it over on both of their first 2 possessions. Watertown gets 3 out of it. Tea Area trying to defend their home field. It's Griffin Wiebinga for 6. 7-3 in the first quarter. Floater coming up big there. That would be the final touchdown of the night for the Titans. Watertown scored a field goal and a touchdown to beat number 4 ranked T 15-7.
All right, your scoreboard. Huron wins big. Tea Area loses. Look at the peer score. Watch out for the Governors down the stretch, just like last year. And Yankton edging Brookings 14-7. Coming up next, 11A and 11B have dominant teams, but the rest of the classes are looking to chase them down. Those highlights from Canton and more are coming up.
You're watching Football Friday, sponsored by South Dakota State, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
Welcome back to Football Friday. Sioux Falls Christian has been dominant this year in Class 11A, but the rest of the contenders trying to prove that they can hang with them.
And they were dominant again tonight, by the way. That includes second-ranked Dell Rapids. The Coyers traveled south tonight to take on the Seahawks of Canton, and this turned out to be a real dandy of a game. Connor Jones up the gut for the touchdown, and Dell Rapids takes the lead 14-7. Third and long for Canton, though. Quarterback Alex Reed reads the defense pretty well and makes them miss. The keeper.
Oh, those are good moves.
Oh, a great run for a touchdown, and this game is all tied up. But then Dell Rapids gets the ball back. Late in the first half, Drake Eastman showing off his arm and hitting Carson Pay, and he makes him pay for that. They hang on to win at the end in a thriller, 28-27.
Well, third-ranked Madison trying to prove that they can pick themselves back up after a loss to Sioux Falls Christian as well. But first, they need a strong showing on the road against fifth-ranked Lennox. And it's the Orioles applying the pressure early, fake handoff, but they keep it on the ground. J-Man Huntington rushing in for the first score of the game, 7-0 in the first. Bulldog fans, have no fear. The Veenoffs are here. Henry scrambles. Shane stays open. The sibling connection knots this game up. Lennox brought the heat. 44 points was enough to push past higher-seeded Madison. 44-19, 2 losses in a row for the Bulldogs.
Did you see Hunter kind of
back
and forth and back and forth, and his brother making a leaping catch? All right, your scores in 11A. Sioux Falls Christian, like I said, won big. Dell Rapids, Lennox, and West Central victorious tonight.
To 11B now, Mobridge-Pollock has looked legit this year, but they're running up against a Clark-Willow Lake team that's looking to make a name for themselves. First quarter for Mobridge-Pollock after a fumble recovery. Shooter Frederick throws it deep to Cale Knutson, and that is a good connection there. 44 yards for the touchdown. Tigers lead 6-0. Clark-Willow Lake looking to fire back. Emerson Larson going all the way around here on a 21-yard touchdown, and that'll tie the game up at 6. And the Cyclones looking to make another hit here. Joey Reese finding Lincoln Reedburn in the end zone, and that's a 14-yard score. Clark-Willow Lake walking off the field tonight as winners. A big win, 44-6 for the Cyclones. We'll take a look at your 11B scores here as well. Elk Point Jefferson winning, St. Thomas More as well. Woonsocket, Wessington Spring and Sanborn Central as well, and there's your Clark-Willow Lake score.
Despite the efforts of Shooter.
Despite the efforts of Shooter.
Coming up after the break, we bring you 9-man highlights from across the state, including the top-ranked Phoenix who gave those cheerleaders lots more to cheer about tonight.
Welcome back as we kick off the 9-man portion of tonight's show.
And the Phoenix of Freeman, Marion, Freeman Academy in their last year together, which makes me very sad. They've been on a roll this year. Everybody else is probably not sad that this is their last year. And the top-ranked team in 9AA looks to stay that way against Irene-Wakonda. And they would stay that way, and they would make it clear early they were going to win this game. Christopher Ossen takes the little pop pass to the house, and it's 6-0 in favor of the Phoenix. Just getting started. Irene-Wakonda punts it away to the same guy this time. It's going to be Ossen, takes it, bounces off a tackle, and number 5 takes it for 6 and a touchdown. And just to prove they can score, we're going to show them scoring 3 different ways, okay? Riley Cheddar, he's going to keep it. I thought he might throw it. He keeps it, and off he goes for the touchdown. 19-0 in the first half of the first quarter. They win 54-0.
Let's take a look at the scores there now for 9AA. Marion Freeman Academy with the win. Elkton Link Benton over Britton Hecla. It's actually a makeup game. They both had forfeits this week, so they decided to play each other. Parkston won last night. Hill City won. Hamlin on a bye this week. We'll move to 9A now. The 5th-ranked Platte-Geddes having a tough battle tonight at home against Bonham. First quarter, it's Bonham looking to make a statement. They're at the 1-yard line. Major Arstad takes the pitch, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Cavaliers with the early 7-0 lead. In that second quarter now, Bonham again. This time it's Isaiah Crownover. No one's going to stop him. Jukes left, Jukes right, and he turns on the jest. And look at that guy run.
He's rumbling.
That is a 57-yard touchdown, and Bonham wins this one pretty convincingly, 26-0 over Platte-Geddes. We'll take a look at your scores now in 9A. Wall with the win, Warner as well, Howard over Garrettson, and there's your Bonham Platte-Geddes score.
Finally, in one of the best matchup of the night, I think, in any class, third-ranked Dell Rapid St. Mary Cardinals against third-ranked Alcester-Hudson Cubs, but they're in 9A. And after a goal line stand, 92 yards, Jackson Bomberger to Tremere Hansen, and the Cardinals take the lead. Now the Cubs would score on their next possession. 4th and goal, Tommy Wolf to Ethan Brown. We're tied at 8. But Hansen had himself a night. Takes the pitch. Beautiful cut. He's
Nice
off to the
cut.
corner of the end zone, and Del Rapid St. Mary wins this game 26-14 or 34-20. They actually had 4 goal line stands in this game. 9B, Sully Buttes upset by Harriet Selby. Wow. Turns 9B all on its head. Avon wins big. Del Rapid St. Mary and Falkton as well. We have one more section of highlights when we come back from both Iowa, and I got to show you the girls' state tennis highlights too. We begin our final portion of tonight's show with a doozy of a game on paper as the 4th-ranked West Sioux Falcons hit the road to play top-ranked MMCRU. I'm not going to tell you what all those stand for. 14-7 Royals leading in the third quarter. Blake Wiggins picked off on this play. Blake Berinsky with the interception for the Royals. Gets a nice return as well. Now, the Falcons again would try to get the ball moving on offense. Braylon Lopez on the wide receiver screen. A big gain, but no one else scored in the game. 14-7 when we got there. 14-7 was your final in favor of MMRCU. A big win over number 4 West Sioux.
Meanwhile, the top-ranked team in Class 1A is still West Lyon, and they look to keep it that way at home against MVAOCOU. I also won't tell you what all of those letters are going to mean.
I don't know what those stand for.
I couldn't tell you. In the first quarter here, Evan Hildering is going to take the handoff, and he just about walks into the end zone for a touchdown there. It's 7-0 Wildcats. Later in the quarter, River Kramer takes the end-around handoff, finds some space, and he scores as well. The Wildcats go on another tear tonight. They do let up a touchdown, but they win big tonight, 49-7, your final score from West Lyon.
They are fun to watch. And finally, the Class AA girls tennis tournament wrapped up today with a close team title on the line. Eloise Garrett's against her good friend Nora Kraske of Yankton. That's Miles' sister. For the 3rd straight year in the number 1 singles, and Eloise won that first set 6-2. Down 5-2 in the second set, Kraske would rally. Now, keep in mind, she won it the last 2 years against Eloise. There's Tom Krieger saying, come on, Eloise, you can do it. I know how much it means to you. And she had too many weapons in this. There's a great lob shot for the win. As you can see, they are great friends with the embrace. But it was only fitting that she would win it on the 3rd try in her senior year.
Yeah, it's nice. I was really looking forward to this finals. I had close matches coming into the finals too, so I was pretty nervous and rattled, but just stayed calm and kept swinging. Feels great. I mean, I've worked for it since I was 5, so it's just really rewarding.
More on Eloise Monday when she is our Carl's TV and Appliance Athlete of the Week. She is delightful, by the way. And there's your team title. Stevens wins it over Lincoln individually. There's your 6 flight champions. As you can see, Harrisburg and Stevens did quite well there. The Kraskes win in doubles, but Rapid City Stevens is your team champion today in Sioux Falls. They just simply had too much depth, but it was a beautiful day for tennis. A great night for high school football.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching another edition of Football Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone.